The Livret A is a popular savings account in France, regulated by the government. It is offered by all major banks and is known for its safety and tax advantages. Before we dive into today's topic, please note that the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only. It is not financial, investment, or tax advice. You should always consult with a licensed professional before making any financial decisions based on this content. You can open a Livret A account with your bank. Once opened, your Livret A will typically appear as a separate account within your bank savings section. Transferring money to and from your Livret A is simple, and some banks offer the option to set up regular automatic payments. These, coupled with a competitive interest rate, makes the Livret A a safe and convenient savings option. Now, we can move forward and study the different aspects of this interesting option. It's important to understand how interest is calculated on a Livret A. The interest is computed based on the account balance on specific dates, namely the 1st and 16th of each month. To maximize your interest earnings, you can employ a strategic transfer approach. Keep your money in the account continuously, or, for potentially higher interest calculations, transfer money into the Livret A just before the 1st and 16th, then withdraw it after these dates. For instance, you could transfer funds on the 31st and withdraw on the 1st, then repeat this process on the 15th and 16th. This method can help ensure that the maximum amount of money is included in the interest calculations. By understanding these features and managing your Livret A account effectively, you can make the most of this safe and tax-efficient savings option. One of the most compelling benefits of a Livret A is its tax exemptions. Unlike many other savings accounts, the interest earned on a Livret A is completely exempt from income tax and social security contributions. For example, if you have other types of savings accounts, a portion of the interest earned may be taxed, reducing your overall return. In contrast, with a Livret A, the interest rate you see is the interest rate you get, making it an attractive option for those looking to maximize their savings. The Livret A is one of the safest places to store your money in France. This is because deposits in a Livret A are guaranteed by the French government. Regardless of economic fluctuations, or the reliability of a Livret A makes it a preferred choice for those who prioritize security over higher, but riskier, returns. Another advantage of a Livret A is its liquidity, meaning you can access your money at any time without facing penalties or fees. This feature is particularly beneficial for individuals who may need to access their funds quickly for emergencies or unexpected expenses. Unlike other investment vehicles that may have lock-in periods or withdrawal penalties, the Livret A provides the flexibility to use your money when you need it. This makes it a practical option for both long-term and short-term savings goals. Opening and managing a Livret A is straightforward and hassle-free. You can open an account at any major bank, and many banks now offer the convenience of opening an account online. There are no account maintenance fees, and the account is easy to manage through standard bank transfers. This simplicity is appealing to those who prefer a no-fuss approach to saving. Additionally, some banks offer features such as automatic transfers from your checking account to your Livret A, making it even easier to save regularly without having to think about it. One notable drawback of the Livret A is its interest rate. While it is regulated by the government and provides a safe, steady return, the interest rate is often lower compared to other investment options. This means that although your money is secure, it might not grow as quickly as it could in higher-risk investments like stocks or mutual funds. For example, if you are looking for significant growth in your savings over the long term, relying solely on the Livret A might not be sufficient. It's essential to consider your financial goals and risk tolerance. If you're aiming for higher returns and are willing to accept some risk, you might want to explore other investment vehicles alongside your Livret A. Another limitation of the Livret A is the maximum deposit limit, which is currently set at €22,950, excluding accrued interest. This cap can be restrictive for individuals who wish to save larger amounts of money. For instance, if you have substantial savings or receive a large sum, such as an inheritance or a substantial bonus, the Livret A might not accommodate all your funds. In such cases, you would need to look for additional savings or investment options to manage the excess money. This limitation makes the Livret A less suitable for high net worth individuals or those with substantial savings ambitions. Due to the combination of the lower interest rate and the deposit cap, the growth potential of a Livret A is inherently limited. If you are looking to build significant wealth over time, the Livret A may not be the best sole vehicle for your savings strategy. For example, if you are saving for retirement, relying exclusively on a Livret A might not provide the growth needed to meet your long-term financial goals. While the security and tax benefits are attractive, it's important to balance these with other investments that offer higher returns to ensure that your savings can grow sufficiently over time. One of the primary uses of a Livret A is to serve as an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a crucial component of financial planning, providing a safety net for unexpected expenses such as medical bills, car repairs, or sudden unemployment. The Livret A is particularly well suited for this purpose due to its high liquidity. You can access your money at any time without penalties or fees. Additionally, the government-guaranteed security of the Livret A ensures that your emergency funds are safe from market fluctuations, making it a reliable place to store money that you might need to access quickly. The Livret A is ideal for short-term savings goals. Whether you're saving for a vacation, a new gadget, or a special event, the Livret A offers a convenient and safe way to set aside money. The interest earned, although modest, helps your savings grow while still providing easy access to funds when needed. Unlike longer-term investment options, which might have penalties for early withdrawal or market risks, the Livret A allows you to save up for your short-term goals without worrying about losing value or paying fees to access your money. For those who are risk-averse, prefer a conservative approach to their savings, the Livret A is an excellent choice. Unlike investments in the stock market or other high-risk vehicles, the Livret A offers a guaranteed return with no risk of losing your principal. This makes it a suitable option for individuals who prioritize preserving their capital over seeking higher returns. The Livret A's government-backed guarantee provides peace of mind, knowing that your savings are secure regardless of economic conditions. This feature is particularly beneficial for retirees, individuals on fixed incomes, or anyone who wants a stable, predictable savings option. Now that you are aware of the benefits and drawbacks of this instrument, let's talk about bureaucracy. Opening a Livret A is a straightforward process that can be done in person at various banks or online. To open the account, you will need to provide proof of identity, proof of address, and a declaration that you do not already have a Livret A, as each individual is only allowed one. Closing a Livret A is just as straightforward as opening one. To close the account, you need to visit the bank where your Livret A is held and request its closure. Some banks may require a written request, while others may allow you to close the account through their online banking services. This process ensures that you can easily access your funds and that there are no complications in retrieving your savings. Withdrawing money from a Livret A is a simple process, offering several convenient options. You can withdraw money directly from the bank where your Livret A is held, or, if your bank provides a card linked to the Livret A, you can use ATMs for withdrawals. Additionally, most banks offer online services that allow you to transfer funds from your Livret A to your main bank account. This flexibility ensures that you can access your money whenever you need it, making the Livret A a practical and accessible savings tool. I believe it is time to tackle the biggest concern about thy Livret A. Isn't it too low the interest to even considering opening it? Why to go through all the bureaucracy, to putting money into it every time possible and remembering the paying dates for only a 2.4%? Well, I will try to explain why it is worth considering it. It is important to remember what compound interest work. To do a quick reminder, we can present the current example. We will assume that we set an emergency fund of €700, which is around half of the SMIC salary on 2023. If we set that emergency fund on 2023, and assuming an inflation of 5% per year, around the inflation of 2023 in France, by 2048, to have an emergency fund with the same purchase power, we will need an emergency fund of almost €2,370. More than triple. This happens because the 5% inflation causes prices to rise in a compound way. The fund of 700 in 2023 has to increase to 735 in 2024. This difference of €35 is the inflation in action. How is that possible? We have to add 5% of the emergency fund value to itself, which means adding €35 to the 700 original amount. Now, what happens in 2025? Considering the 5% inflation, we will need 771.75. Where does that 1.75 extra euros come from? It is the 5% of the 35 euros extra that we increase from 2023 to 2024. To put it in other words, we increase the value based on the starting amount, but also in the accumulated interests. So we are accumulating interest of the interest, and so on and so forth. And that increases the values very quickly. So, that is compounding for the inflation. We can see in this video how the price grows yearly. So, that is compounding for the inflation. The situation in 2025 is much better than in 2024. Nowadays, the Livret A is giving a 2.4% interest while the inflation is officially in 2%. That means that simply leaving you money in the Livret A is enough to beat consistently the inflation if those values remained in time. But I want to explain the following with a worse case. In 2024 the interest of the Livret A was 3%, but the inflation in 2023 was of 5%. So just keeping you money in the Livret A wouldn't help if those numbers are stable. So we are going to use that situation in our example. We can see in this video how an emergency fund should grow to have the same purchase power year by year until 2048, with its 5% inflation considered. That year the amount reaches to 2370. Now, in 2023, we decide to put 700 euros in the Livret A. With its 3% growth, the amount of money increases steadily but slower than the inflation. In 2048, the Livret A holds 1,465 euros. We have a decent increase, but it is still less than the 2,370 that we need then. After this, it seems like it is really useless to put the money there. But if we think about the original fund of 700 euros, with the idea of keeping it in cash, the value remains the same over the years. Then, at 2048 the difference is more than 1,600 euros. While, if we have decided to use the Livret A, the difference would be much smaller, 900 euros. However, it is still significant. But there is a way to improve this situation. Then, which is this solution? In 2023, our salary was 1,709 euros per month, and we have the dates of 1st and 16th of each month when the interests are computed. So, we can make a plan. On the 31st we will deposit all our salary and retrieve on the 1st. We will do the same with half of our salary, the 15th, and we will get back that money on the 16th. As such, that particular month, we have computed interest on 75% of our salary. Now, we add our strategy to our previous plot to make a comparison. In that case, as we can see in the graph, we can keep our emergency beating the inflation consistently and we arrive to a final value of 2,500 euros. And there is more, the SMIC has been increasing on 2% average since 2010. If we consider that yearly increase in the salary of 2%, the final value of our Livret A would be 2,750 euros. It is necessary to mention that the percentage of the salary to be used to compute the interests that is required for this to work is highly dependent on multiple factors. If the ratio salary, emergency fund is bigger, for example if the salary in 2023 is bigger than the SMIC while the emergency fund is kept at 700, you will have to commit less than 75% of your salary each month. If the ratio is smaller, for example if the emergency fund is more than 700 and the salary is kept at the SMIC level, the amount of salary would increase. The inflation and the interest of Livret A plays a role too. The higher the inflation, the more salary it is needed to keep it working. On the other hand, if the Livret A interest rate gets closer to the inflation, the less of the salary we should commit. This is the end of the video. I hope now it is more clear what is a Livret A and how you can leverage it in your own benefit. Although the best usage can be achieved by a not-so-simple strategy, even just leaving the money there, it will make it grow and compensate a little bit the inflation. Please note that the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only. It is not financial, investment, or tax advice. You should always consult with a licensed professional before making any financial decisions based on this content. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about Assurance VI, drop them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them.